Hello Libra, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting January 30th, 2017. And a quick reminder for you guys, when I say Libra Moon and Libra Rising, I mean it. And so if you want to make sure that you're getting a more, dynamic scope, check out your Moon and your Rising sign. It'll definitely be worth it. And of course, if you'd like to ever get a session with me, you can always go to integrativemysticism.com. So, what is going on with the astrology this week for you? This week we're getting kind of a flashback kind of aspect because Mercury is finally coming out of its shadow and recreating a similar aspect that it did back in December. And it's going to be forming a T-square of sorts between Jupiter in your sign and Uranus, your 7th house of committed partnerships. And all of this is coming from Mercury, moving through your house of home and family. And this is where a lot of people tend to get put on the spot. Because when we look at Mercury, what's happening here is that if we've been having issues dealing with any kind of problems relating to family or partnerships, or maybe even getting a partnership more cemented, or maybe even reconciling challenges that are going on with family as it relates to a partnership, you are going to be put in pretty much the sole driver's seat, the sole executive driver's seat when it comes to making decisions. Now the reason it's about being put on the spot is because everyone's going to be listening, well, okay Libra, you're obviously wanting to see some change here, you're obviously wanting to see a shift here. What if we put you in complete control? Could you do that? And this can actually be a good angle, at the same time it's a bit challenging, because sometimes we don't want to be the ones calling all the shots, we just want people to act better. Well, sorry Libra, you're just going to have to deal with everyone willing to listen and do as you say, and if you don't feel like you could articulate what you want to say, or maybe you haven't quite thought about what you would tell people to do if you wanted them to, or maybe you just don't feel like they need to be told, well, maybe they do. Now again, the good side of this is, again, being put on the spot means all eyes and ears are on and with you at this point in time. And this whole week is basically about, look, you're going to be running the family, whether it's running family at home, running family with your relatives, with your parents, and of course also, possibly even finding that your partner is jumping in to play more of a supportive role than an active role in this relationship for this week. So whatever you say goes. So, the ball is in your court, don't drop it, don't hit anyone with it, but have some fun and get to see what it's like with you being in complete control. Again, you're being put on the spot, put up or shut up. So what is going on with your cards this week then? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of Freyr, which is a really nice card to have because with the Freyr card we tend to see a need for a focus on where we can be content or what is going to actually further peace, because it's in that peace that we start to see things that maybe have been stagnating, things that maybe be taking too long to happen, go better. Sometimes people tend to be more compliant or more respectful or more flexible when they are in a better mood. We can't really agitate somebody into getting what we want this week. However, if you notice that people are agitated, a little bit of sweet talk goes a long way. Because with the Freyr card, we want to pay attention to where we need to be making, the changes that we want to make, and, in this case, our relationships or with our families, by, again, either getting people to calm down, because you can't really Dr. Phil until anything's chill, and you also want to make sure that with the Freyr card, you are noticing that, again, maybe we're all stressed out about not doing anything, but we're so stressed out we're paralyzed. And so this week there's going to be more of a blissful calm. And you may feel like it's not time to be calm, it's time to be tense. No, it is time to be calm, and you will notice more productivity from happy and calm people than from people who are getting riled up. So, still good. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we have the Moon card reversed, and a very pleasant secret is going to be revealed to you this week about a secret opportunity, or maybe even a personal benefit coming to you from your financial opportunities that is not for everyone. Because the Moon card reversed is saying that somebody's going to be kind of letting you in behind closed doors, what's going on behind the scenes. And this could be an opportunity to even apply for a higher position than the job that you're applying for. In case sometimes you're in the middle of an interview and then all of a sudden they say, well, we have this other opening that does pay better. We haven't really put it out there yet. Would you like to consider it before we do? You know, there's an extra added sort of a bonus stage or bonus opportunity showing up with the Moon card reversed. And again, it's from a secret being revealed, something being kind of pulled out from behind the scenes last minute. So a very nice unexpected benefit to your working time this week. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, the others in your life, we do have the King of Cups reversed. And again, we could be having some problems with people who are maybe just a little bit too easily given to mood swings and to emotional, pendulum swings, so to speak, emotional extremes. Because with the King of Cups reversed, we tend to see a period where there might be a friend or a relative, most likely a water sign, a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio, or somebody with a lot of those qualities who seems to be acting out. And sometimes with the King of Cups reversed, you do see people acting out. Now, they're acting out to send a message. They're acting out because they want someone to go and figure out what's wrong, right? They're acting out, so it's like, well, won't anyone come and try and figure this out? Does anyone care why I'm doing this? Does anyone care? But again, there's a weird hint of manipulation in this motivation. And I'm kind of feeling like whoever this friend is, whoever this relative is, they're not necessarily doing anything personally bad to you, but again, in the interest of the Freyr card, it may be wise to kind of maybe correct some damaging or disagreeable behavior from them, because we don't want them to actually be taking this out on other people. Again, you're being put in the driver's seat a lot this week anyway, so if you do need to be able to kind of settle things up, get people acting right, or at least get people doing he's not even helping his own cause, this King of Cups reversed. So that might be something that we need to kind of go in and work with there. Try and help them find a better way to get their point across, even if what they're asking for is something that other people would give them. They're not going to give it to him if he's being a jerk. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Two of Wands reversed. And this is kind of interesting because the Two of Wands reversed is saying you've got to pay attention to where people are deliberately not giving you all the information. This can happen a lot, where people tend to be very vague. They're trying to make these big, impressive sales, make these big pitches to you. And with the Two of Wands reversed, it's kind of like they're not really using the best and most specific vocabulary this week. It's either good or it's bad. And it's almost like so simple and so simplistic that it feels like you're being led on. And this week we can be led on in a lot of ways, okay? There's a lot of ways to be led on. It's not just one way or the other. Sometimes people have a tendency to, they gravitate people towards them by being that simple, because then that's like everyone else can kind of project themselves into the situation. And you're going to be noticing some kind of manipulation going on like that at the office, possibly going on within the family, and it is going to be up to you, again, the one being put in charge, to snuff this situation out. And, whether this person is trying to deliberately stay vague and simple and dumbed down because they're trying to manipulate people into sympathizing with them, or they clearly don't know what they're talking about, it does need to be known that that's what's really going on. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Five of Wands upright. Well, this can be really good news for those of you who are single and looking, because I do feel like you may notice that there's a bit of competition for you this week. In fact, the Five of Wands upright can indicate those of you who are single and looking may actually, end a bit of a dry spell, so to speak. Maybe you've been feeling like, no, I'm not having any leads, nobody seems that interesting, yada yada yada. Well, this week we've got Mars going into, next week, we've got Mars going into your partnership sector, which can indicate the more the merrier. And so there may be more than one, potential partner trying to, compete for your attention. So make sure that you don't try and whittle it down too soon. These are new people coming into what you already are dealing with. So be careful about trying to rush to any conclusions. Feel everyone out. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Five of Wands upright says you and your partner may be noticing that maybe either your children or, again, relatives are kind of fighting over your guys' attention, and it's starting to really get in between the intimacy that we have. You know, maybe it's your partner's, you know, father-in-law, maybe it's your father-in-law, or maybe it's your mother, or maybe it's one of your kids, but we're noticing that somebody's really vying for our time, and it's becoming very intrusive, and so we're going to have to form a bit of a united front to see why this person is trying to butt in so much, because 3 is starting to become a crowd, and, you know, more after that, just the bigger the crowd. So that is your forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integratedmysticism.com.